Not long ago, Donald Trump floated an idea that sounded like a joke. The United States should buy Greenland. Now it's back, not as a punchline, but as a threat. Tariffs, military pressure, all justified by something called the Golden Dome. And within hours, a belief started spreading online. Greenland isn't just strategic, it's hiding something. Old polar maps resurfaced, lost civilizations were dragged back into the light. One name kept coming back: Hyperborea. The official explanation is simple. Trump calls US access to the Arctic vital for national and global security. He ties Greenland directly to a defensive shield, a network of radars and interceptors some commentators have nicknamed the Golden Dome. Denmark, Greenland's own government, and NATO leaders respond with the same answer. Greenland is not for sale, and any attempt to seize it would fracture alliances that have held since the Cold War. Publicly, everyone repeats the script. Privately, the language keeps getting darker. Existential threats, global survival, last line of defense. And any time leaders start talking like that, people assume there's more to the story than they're being told. To understand why Greenland became the stage for this, you have to look at how modern weapons fly. Long-range missiles arc over the planet, and the fastest routes between major powers often pass near the North Pole. That makes the Arctic, and Greenland in particular, priceless for radar coverage, early warning systems, and interception angles. The thing is, the United States already operates bases and early warning sites on Greenland under existing agreements. Defense analysts point out that full ownership isn't required to make the system work, which leaves a question that reality can't quite tidy away. If the access is already there, why talk like the island itself is the key to survival? That gap between the official explanation and the apocalyptic language is where the internet quietly wedges itself in. The story stops being about radar and treaties and starts being about what might be under the ice. Old maps, highlighted passages, threads claiming Greenland was Hyperborea all along. And that's how a 21st century security dispute suddenly collides with a very old idea from ancient mythology. In the oldest Greek texts, Hyperborea was a land so far to the north that winter never truly arrived, food never ran out, and people lived longer than they were supposed to. It mattered because it promised something every civilization eventually wants, a place that's hard to reach, but still possible to control. Hyperborea became more than a myth. It became a blueprint for a fallback position, far away, difficult to attack, but close enough to quietly watch everyone else. That idea never disappeared. If you can't make the world safe, you secure one place completely. As maps and star charts improved, Hyperborea stopped being drawn as a literal island. But the role it played, the unreachable, protected north, didn't disappear. On a modern map, Greenland is the closest thing we have to a physical Hyperborea. It's enormous. It sits high in the Arctic Circle. Its interior is covered by an ice sheet so thick that for centuries nobody asked what was under it. To defense planners, that reads like pure opportunity. Room for bases, listening stations, runways protected by distance and weather. To the public, it looks like something else. A blank space at the top of the world, ringed by superpowers, treated like it's priceless, even though it looks like nothing but rock and ice. That gap between what you can see and how violently people want it is exactly where the old myths slip back in. Because on some level, the people arguing over it are treating it like Hyperborea, the place you want to own if you think the rest of the world might fall apart. Strip the names off the board for a second. Imagine you're a leader who thinks in deals, leverage, and worst-case scenarios. What looks good to you? A landmass that gives you earlier warning than your rivals. A chunk of territory packed with resources that become more accessible as the ice melts. Minerals, rare earth metals, new sea routes. Greenland is all of that at once. And once you start thinking in terms of early warning and control, the Golden Dome idea becomes compelling. It isn't just a radar network. It's a symbol that someone wants Greenland to function like Hyperborea, a dome of protection at the top of the world, controlled by whoever gets there first. If Greenland continues to be the center of a global obsession, it won't be because of what's hiding under the ice. It'll be because deep down, everyone understands the same thing. When the world feels like it's falling apart, the most frightening power you can have is not a new weapon. It's somewhere to stand that nobody else can reach. And on the map, that place looks a lot like Greenland.